Okay, this is just the cardboard box that has got everything in it. Okay, let's just concentrate on what's actually comes with it first of all. This is a maintenance DVD. It's basically got PDF files on it, which tells you how to clean your airbrush and basically how to use it, and it's got a parts list, etc. This is the booklet for the airbrush. Again, pretty much the same sort of stuff that's on the DVD really, but just takes you through components, cleaning, etc. And then we've got the nozzle wrench, which is pretty standard with any airbrush now. And then of course we've got this pretty flashy tin that this the airbrush comes in. Quite an appropriate picture on the front. Certainly stand out on a shelf with any other airbrushes. So we're off to a good start, I think, with that. Okay, there we go. Just a protective cover. Okay, so there you have it. This comes with this the standard size cup. You've got a facility there to fit another cup in the case if you do get another one. There's two other cups available. This is the medium sized cup. So we'll put the case to one side and have a look at what we've got. Okay, as I said, it's got a 0.35mm nozzle, so it's kind of an all-rounder really. I'm sure you've heard me say that about a lot of airbrushes, but the two manufacturers do try and sort of cover all bases now with airbrushes. It's got a cone type nozzle, which I'll show you in a minute. It's got the pretty standard now cutaway handle, which allows you to flush away any blockages just by pulling it backwards and forwards. It's got the needle limiter, which limits how far back the trigger will go if you want to do any really tight detailed work and you don't want to accidentally be able to pull it all the way back there. So that's fairly standard on most airbrushes now. Has got a nice light smooth trigger. DeVilbiss do now offer 4 different trigger types, and it's basically just a different top that they offer, and it's got different grooves in the top. Basically, it doesn't adjust the height or make it wider or anything. It's basically just 4 different styles of on a theme really. So your colour cup, it's nice and clear, easy to clean, and it screws into the body. There's no seal in here, it just it sits against the coned face inside the top of the body. So that's easy enough to replace. Standard HBSP fitting, so you should be okay with hoses. And it comes with what some manufacturers call a crown cap at the front. It's just basically your air cap with 4 slots in the end. Just lets you get close into any work, and so the airstream doesn't disturb your surface. If anything like me, you probably prefer to work with that removed. Now this is a good thing about this, the design on the limiter here. Now you've taken off that air cap, you can screw it onto the end of the handle so you won't lose it. That's a good idea because you can lose your air cap very easily. So that's I really like that actually. It's a simple design but it's effective. So that's the first impressions. It's nice balanced airbrush. It's actually quite a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. In the advertisements I've seen, it seems quite slender, but it's quite a weighty bit of kit. It's got some nice chroming on it, very nice chroming, and it looks really well made, so it'd go together with any spray guns you've got to make a nice addition to your arsenal. So let's, in the next part of the video, we'll take it to bits and see what's inside it. Okay, let's strip this down then. Obviously we'll just take this off. I'll just remove the paint cup just so that it doesn't get in the way of anything. Okay, first thing, handle off. Next thing we'll do, we'll just undo the needle chuck nut. I'll just press down the trigger, it just keeps everything away from the needle as you withdraw it, and we'll just pull the needle straight out. That comes straight out easily. I'll tell you a little bit about the taper on this needle in a while. Okay, I'll take the chuck nut off. Okay, this is the spring housing. It comes straight out. See the spring there? It's quite a long spring really. This is the needle guide with the attached trigger lever, or back lever, some people call it. This pivots on a quite a sharp edge at the bottom there, so it's fairly standard. Trigger pulls out. The trigger's actually got a pivoting section on the bottom which sits in the air valve when you put it back in the airbrush body, so just make sure you align that okay with the air valve. Okay, so that's the back end. Moving around to the front end, we'll take the air cap off. Nozzle cap, standard again, as usual. Okay. Nozzle retainer. This is what the nozzle wrench is for, to undo this. And there you can see you've got the cone-shaped nozzle that simply sits in the body, no threads. So there we have it as far as stripping down goes. It's quite a externally it's quite a large nozzle, so it's 0.35 millimeters, but it looks pretty strong. It's quite a thick nozzle. Sometimes these cone nozzles are really thin, but this one looks like it's quite thick. Should last a while, I think. Now, as I said, the needle, which is quite unusual, it's got two tapers on it. About there it starts to taper down to what would normally probably be the normal thickness of a needle, and then you've got your final taper on the end. So it's quite a hefty needle back here. So all in all, everything's well made, well manufactured, and heavy duty. Everything's stripped down, we'll put it back together again. We'll start at the front end. We'll just sit the nozzle in the body. You can put a dab of lube on the nozzle if you want, just to stop it falling out while you're assembling it. We've got the retainer that screws in. I won't bother doing this up with a wrench, but normally you would just nip that up with a wrench. There's an O-ring back here that it seats against. You don't have to put the air cap on at this stage, but I will do, just so the needle doesn't get damaged once I've inserted it. Okay, back end. Now we're going to place the trigger in. Just make sure you locate the hole in the, which I'm not doing very well here. It's not easy when you try and do this and do a video. There we go, that's in place. Okay, I've got the needle guide with the trigger lever. So just put that in there and you'll see it just pop up against the back of the trigger. I'm just going to press the trigger down so it doesn't fall out of place. Then we've got the spring. And the adjuster. It's quite a coarse thread on the inside here, so it's easy to locate. Now pull the trigger back so that everything lines up properly. Just do it enough so that you've got enough thread in there to put the handle on. In fact, I'll back that off a little bit there. Okay, the trigger's working okay. Needle chuck nut on, trigger down, and I'll just insert the needle. You can feel it just entering the seal. Okay, now I'll just pull it backwards and forwards. You can just feel it stop against the nozzle. That's as far as you need to do. Nip it up, don't do this up too much. And that's assembled. Handle back on. And there you have it. So that's all you need to do really for any maintenance work. Well, you don't even have to strip it down that much, but that's as easy as it is to take to bits and put it back together again.